Hello again, everyone. Off and running on this Sunday Getaway Day edition Thoroughbred action. Day 40 of 40 at Gulfstream Park West. Where'd the time go? Jason Blewett, glad you're joining us, and you've got some time for some thoroughbred racing. In fact, no fewer than 10 on this closing day card. Some big pools, some mandatory payouts, and here are the track conditions and weather in Miami Gardens.
Fast and firm on this closing day here at GPW. Partly sunny skies, beautiful day for racing as we set our sights on the first of 10. 5 furlongs the opener. It's a claiming race. These are 3 and up. Claiming tags are 8,000. And we send it up to track announcer Jason Beam for the call.
And the race is on. Tempter hopped right at the start. Flip shot goes out for the early advantage. Union Grace coming through down toward the inside, and Union Grace going to go up to put a nose in front. A flip shot of Mongolian Party, who are out second, third. They're a length and a half in front then of Smiling Mason, who's out in the 4th position. Now here's Forever Taken, starting to rally up the inside. Difference Maker, the gray, advances up from 5th. Then we come back to Puerto Rican Style. Flying Liberty is 8th in the early mix. It's another length and a half more back to Tempter, who's trying to recover after that bad beginning. Then we come back to Loving Rid Samard, and at the back of affairs early is Grand Junior, and Eccentric Warfare will have to pass them all in the final 5/16 of a mile. As up on the front end, a battle ensues. Union Grace, and on the outside, Flip Shot. These two spin into the lane pretty much as one. They're a length and a half in front. Trying to rally up into contention is Smiling Mason, who takes up the 3rd position. Difference Maker. Flying Liberty is starting to roll, but still has 5 or 6 lengths to find. Final furlong time. Here's Smiling Mason up on the outside of Flip Shot and Union Grace. These 3 for the final 16th. Flying Liberty just in behind them. Flip Shot battles on. Here's Flying Liberty right over the top, and Flying Liberty gets the opener. Second was close. Looked like Smiling Mason over Flip Shot, and 4th was Union Grace.
Wow, that was a huge late run. Wow, very impressive from the 9 Flying Liberty. Victor Barboza Jr. on the reclaim here for Gran Pollo Stable. Jose Batista aboard this gelding by High Cotton. Barboza very dangerous off those reclaims, and in fact he's got one as he looks to sweep the early double. Running in this second race, the 1 Threat on the rail for Victor and Paco. Claimed, by the way, by Safi Joseph Jr. Another claim in this 6250 claimer. The number 5 Dreamy Art was claimed by Angel Rodriguez. Back up to Jason Beam we go.
Little hop to start there for Princess Noel. Dancing Noel was out in good order. Here's Threat. And in between those two, Clouded Appeal, those 3 fastest up the back stretch. That trio quickly goes 2.5 ahead of Dreamy Art, who now puts a nose into the 4th spot. Treat Her Like Star was away in the 5th position. 2 more back to Princess Noel, who after that slow beginning is out in 6th. Then comes Flying Girl and Lexi's Dolls at the back of affairs. The 8 of them covered by about 12 lengths as they go to the half-mile pole, and Threat is the leader. It's Threat who takes them to the far turn, a length and a half in front. Up on the outside, Dancing Noel. Just in between them comes Clouded Appeal, who had to check out of traffic there. Now being joined by Dreamy Art in the black colors, who advances up to 4th. Then we come back to Treat Her Like Star. It's still 2.5 or 3 more back to Flying Girl. And at the back of affairs, Lexi's Doll continues to trail. Meanwhile, up front, Threat trying to get away. It's Threat at the quarter pole in front by 2.5 lengths. In the second spot, Dancing Noel. Trying to rally up comes Dreamy Art. Then comes Clouded Appeal, Treat Her Like Star. But Threat and Paco Lopez into the stretch, clear by 4 now. Down the outside, Dreamy Art trying to run up into the second spot. Treat Her Like Star has some momentum. And from the back, Lexi's Doll's even running on a little bit. But past the 16th pole, it's all Threat well in command. Dreamy Art up into second to battle that out with Treat Her Like Star. But Threat wins it geared down by about 7 in the end. Dreamy Art was second. Third looked like Treat Her Like Star, holding off a late charge from Flying Girl.
Never in doubt, the 1 Threat just absolutely was in control from the get-go. Florida-bred, son of Cantharos. Once again, reclaimed by trainer Victor Barboza Jr. Paco Lopez scores here in race number 2. That gap, just 1 win behind Edgar Zayas in the race for leading rider. And with the early double down, we'll take a little breather. Back with race 3 after this.
One of the world's most anticipated thoroughbred racing events of the year returns. The 3rd annual Pegasus World Cup Invitational at Gulfstream Park in South Florida. Drawing competition from around the world with a $16 million purse split between 2 Grade 1 races. On the dirt and on the turf. Experience the incredible fashion, spectacular world-class service and entertainment, and the unrivaled adrenaline of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational. Saturday, January 26th at Gulfstream Park. Get your tickets now at PegasusWorldCup.com.
Here we go with race 3. Hearty welcome back here on Thoroughbred Action. Main track, 2-year-old fillies in the $60,000 maiden special weight.
And the race is on. Good start for the outside two. Flat Queen away in good order, and DC also right there. And here's Creative Award now, the favorite coming through. And Creative Award up to assume command. Flat Queen back in the second spot. Miss Uncaptured comes through to be third down along the inside. Indicia is now back in the fourth position. Then we come back to Make No Mistake, and Maybell is the trailer. The 6 of them covered by just 5.5 lengths with just over a half mile left to go. Creative Award and Jeffrey Sanchez up to make the pace. Creative Award in front by a length and a half. On the outside, Flat Queen in the second spot. Miss Uncaptured stays glued to the hedge from third. Indicia is in the fourth spot, about 3.5 off this leader up front. Then comes Make No Mistake, and Maybell continues to trail as Creative Award takes him around the far turn. Creative Award still comfortably in front by a length and a half. In the second spot, Flat Queen under a drive. It's 2.5 more back to Indicia. Miss Uncaptured, the first to drop out, is back to fourth now, being joined by Make No Mistake, and Maybell is last. Creative Award arrives at the top of the stretch. Now here's Flat Queen up to challenge Indicia, just in behind them, still third and 3.5 behind as they're straightening away into the stretch. Flat Queen on the outside of Creative Award. These two to settle it for the final furlong. Indicia still 3.5 or 4 behind at the 16th pole. Creative Award digging in down toward the inside. Flat Queen battling on the outside. It's down to these two. It's still Creative Award in front. Creative Award held on. Flat Queen a gallant second. Indicia finished up in third. And the race is on. Pretty level start. Sturgeon in the orange colors toward the inside flashes some early speed. My Rules is right up there prominent, as is Steel Beach. As they bend toward the finish line first time around, it is Sturgeon who is going to lead it. Steel Beach away in that second spot. Coming through down toward the inside, Piazza del Campo is now in third. My Rules and No No Nino, they're together fourth and fifth, about 3.5 off the speed. Then comes the Stifler, who races in sixth. It's a space of 2.5 more lengths. Back to Bruzilov, who's in between horses in seventh. Cutting the corner nicely was Moon Lovers. A couple of them fanned out wide there. Then comes King Dreams. It's a length and a half more back to He's a Leader. Then a space of 3.5 more finds El Cheval, and Angelino is the trailer. Gotta be 15 lengths front to back as they peel onto the back stretch. 5 furlongs left to go in their journey. Up on the front end, it's Sturgeon getting some token pressure from Steel Beach, and those two have quickly pulled about 3 lengths ahead now of Piazza del Campo, who races alone in third. Nano Nino's in the fourth spot. It's another length and a half back to My Rules, the favorite, who stayed down toward the inside. Brusiloff and the Stifler are right to that one's outside. Another space of 2 back to King's Dream, who starts to make up some ground. Then comes He's a Leader, the others with some serious work to do. As they head toward the far turn, Sturgeon and Steel Beach, these two been going at it every step of the way. Just in behind them, starting to uncork a bit of a rally, is My Rules, who's coming through down toward the inside and found an opening, did Paco Lopez, and he's drawn to within a length of the leader. It's Sturgeon who comes to the quarter pole. My Rules just in behind him, trying to loop up on the far outside and making up some ground is My Rules, and also right there Steel Beach. As they turn for the money, it's Sturgeon in front. My Rules coming off the turn. He's a Leader, has made up some ground, is now up to third. Then we come back to King's Dream, and even Angelino charging down the outside. Sturgeon has to make another 1/16 of a mile. Here's the gray King's Dream down the outside. He's a Leader. My Rules in between them. Any one of the 4 can win a driving photo finish. He's a Leader. He's a Leader, and King's Dream, the 2 outside horses, finish 1-2 in a photo. Another length and a half back to My Rules, who photos with Sturgeon and Angelino for the minor awards. And the race is on. Bit of a slow start for Ere Ere. Good start for the favorite, Real Fast Music, who goes right out to the front, down toward the inside KC two-step, and here's Candy Max, and Candy Max going to head them all off as they come onto the main track. KC two-step going to have to settle back into that second spot. Real Fast Music right to that one's outside in the third position. Then comes Son of Greatness. El Zeus in the pink color starts to advance toward the inside from fifth. Space of 2.5 more back to Don Fager. Then comes Captain Bobber. It's then a space of 7 or 8 more back to Airy, who after that slow start has just one beat, and that's Dreamin' of DeWild, who's at the back of affairs. So a half mile left to go in their journey, and up on the front end it's Candy Max who leads at a length and a half. Real Fast Music and KC two-step, those two chase second and third. El Zeus bottled up toward the inside is awaiting room from fourth. Then we come back to Son of Greatness in the fifth spot. The top 5 only separated by 2.5. That quintet is 4 or 5 lengths ahead then of Captain Bobber, who has to go now. Then we come back to Airy, Don Fager, and still a long way last to Dreamin' of DeWild. Meanwhile up front, Candy Max with a challenge from the favorite, Real Fast Music. Real Fast Music and Candy Max, these two come to the top of the stretch pretty much as one. They're a length and a half ahead of Son of Greatness. Trying to get going is KC two-step. Captain Bobber circles up, but as they come into the stretch, Candy Max, Real Fast Music forging to a slight advantage. Candy Max back to second. Here's KC two-step who swings toward the outside. Then comes El Zeus down along the rail trying to progress. Final 16th to go. Real Fast Music is just in front. Candy Max back to second down the outside. KC two-step, but the favorite kicks off the Rainbow Six. Real Fast Music by 2. Candy Max was second. Third went to KC two-step, and fourth, Captain Bobber.
Zipper is pulling away. Ghost Zipper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Ghost Zipper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
And the race is on. Lady of Quality came out a couple steps slow. Good start for Leilani Machida, and down toward the inside, My Francesca. Those ones are fastest. Also coming through to challenge in the early going is Meyer Crown. As they come by the wire for the first time round, it is My Francesca, Meyer Crown, and in between them comes Sweet Blossom, and those three are going quickly up front. They're a length and a half ahead of Feature Creature, who tries to get over. Oblio's Wish stays toward the inside. Then we come back to Leilani, who's out in the 6th spot. Length and a half more back to Night Watch, Lady of Quality. They're together 7th and 8th. They're 2 ahead of Machida, who's in the 9th position. It's another 2 then back to Aunt Rosa. And at the back of affairs early comes Lady Lucifer. And Quick Point, the first-time starter, got to be 14 or 15 lengths behind. So they start their run up the back stretch, and down toward the inside, it's My Francesca, Sweet Blossom. Those two going at it here, trading punches as they're 2 lengths ahead of Meyer Crown, who dropped off that battle, is now back in 3rd. Creature Feature continues to progress, is up to the 3rd spot now as Leilani comes through down toward the inside. Then we come back to Lady of Quality, who's 6th, about 6 or 7 off the lead. It's then a space of 4 more back to Oblio's Wish. The others really got to get going as they head toward the far turn. And up on the front end, it's still battling My Francesca, Sweet Blossom. They've been going at it every step of the way. Sweet Blossom on the outside forges to a neck advantage. Just in behind them, Feature Creature getting closer from the 3rd spot. Leilani starts to wind up. It's 2.5 more then back to Night Watch, who's also closing in. Sweet Blossom off the turn in front. My Francesca back to 2nd. Here's Leilani going to dive down toward the inside. Night Watch coming down the outside. The Arendelle runners both running on. Final for a long time now, and Sweet Blossom overhauled by Night Watch, who surges to the front. And Night Watch in a flash is 2.5 in front. Sweet Blossom back to 2nd down the outside, Leilani, but Night Watch wins it with ease by 4 in the end. Sweet Blossom got 2nd, 3rd went to Leilani, 4th was Feature Creature. And Indian Myth is in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Indian Myth out wide, showing good early speed. Kaylee's Girl is right there, and Bonnie Scott, the gray, coming through to challenge as well. Hardcore Cat is part of this early firing line as well. Magneto Go down toward the inside is out in the 5th position. It's a break of a length and a half more. Back to Drinks on Maggie, who races in 6th. Fun and Games comes up the inside in 7th. Then comes Enigmata in 8th. It's 2 more back to Pray, Pray, Pray. The favorite is 9th early on, and it's another 6 or 7 back to Peaceful Warrior Girl, who trails. So they head toward the fire turn, and Bonnie Scott up on the engine. Bonnie Scott leads it by a length. Kaylee's Girl right to that one's inside. Indian Myth going to be out too wide as they head into that far turn. Another length and a half more. Finds Hardcore Cat, who stays down toward the inside. Enigmatica tries to rally up, is circling up 3 wide. And here's Enigmatica with a big move as they come toward the quarter pole. Bonnie Scott still there. It's Bonnie Scott in front. Enigmatica circling up on the far outside. Drinks on Maggie also pitching away in behind horses down toward the inside. Kaylee's Girl tries to get through as well. They come to the top of the stretch, and the picture changes now. Enigmatica up on the outside trying to sustain that big move, and here's Pray, Pray, Pray right down the crown of the track, and Pray, Pray, Pray surges to the front. Enigmatica back to second, then comes Bonnie Scott, but Pray, Pray, Pray and Marcos Meneses with a huge move, and Pray, Pray, Pray going to win it by 4 going away. Enigmatica was second, third went to Fun and Games. Dead tight photo for the 4th spot between Bonnie Scott and Indian Myth. They're in the gate, and the race is on, and Star Gala just stood at the start. Venezuelan Forever from the outside away in pretty good order down toward the inside. She's Dynamite with speed, and she's Dynamite. Clears off to lead it by a length and a half. Ortega out in the 2nd spot. Then comes Miss Visconti in 3rd. Scrodden close up early on in the 4th spot. Then comes Be Sure Lisa. Venezuelan Forever going to be a 3 wide as they head toward that first turn. Stay Safe Kitten with 4 horses beat right now. Those are Vineyard Nina, who's back in the 8th spot. Outside of that one comes Digital Diva in 9th. It's then a length more back to Joaquin Chula. And Star Gala after that slow beginning is the trailer. About 14 lengths front to back as they peel onto the back stretch, and up front she's Dynamite and Ortega. So the 2 favorites have it to themselves up on the front end, and they're about 4 lengths ahead now of Miss Visconti, who races alone in 3rd. It's another length and a half then back to Be Sure Lisa, who comes up the inside from 4th. Scrodden is 5th. Venezuelan Forever 6th, but already about 8 or 9 lengths behind this duo up front, who continue to sprint away. As they head toward the far turn, she's Dynamite in front by a length. Ortega, and now it's 7 or 8 lengths back to Be Sure Lisa, who's up into the 3rd spot. In behind that one, Scrodden trying to run on, but it's a 2-horse race as they go winding around that turn. Up on the outside, Ortega going to the front. She's Dynamite, tries to stick with that one. They're still at least 7 or 8 lengths ahead of Miss Visconti. Venezuelan Forever starts to stoke the fires, still has about 8 lengths to come as they turn to the top of the stretch. Ortega and she's Dynamite. These two have been in their own private match race for much of the journey. Trying to rally up from the back of affairs. Stay Safe Kitten, Venezuelan Forever down the far outside. These 2 leaders are tired. She's Dynamite has put away Ortega though. She's Dynamite in front past the 16th pole. Stay Safe Kitten, Venezuelan Forever trying to rally up, but she's Dynamite and Nick Juarez are still clear. She's Dynamite wins it. Second ended up very, very close. Stay Safe Kitten or Venezuelan Forever. Ortega looked to hold 4th. And the race is on. Saucy Don from the outside was away in good order. Here's Evolution in the red colors coming through. And Evolution and Saucy Don, the two outside runners fastest onto the main track. Tell Me a Story down toward the inside comes through to join them. And so now it's three of them lining up past the 5/8 pole. That trio a length in front of another trio as Dancing in the Heat comes through on the inside. Then comes He's Got Talent. And Express Jet is the trailer. But the six of them very compact as they go past the half-mile pole. Only about 2 lengths cover them. As up on the front end, Tell Me a Story, Evolution, and Saucy Don. Those three remain lined up. There's still 2 in front of another lineup of 3, so very little change here. Now He's Got Talent is coming up into a clear-cut fourth. Express Jet starting to loop up and dropping out to the back is Dancing in the Heat. Winding around the far turn, and that three-way battle continues up front. Saucy Don, Tell Me a Story, and Evolution. Those three continue to go at one another. Just in behind them, He's Got Talent tries to start to roll. Express Jet going to be 5 wide as they come into the stretch. Saucy Don on the outside. Tell Me a Story cuts the corner. Evolution still pitching away. Now here's He's Got Talent, who's set loose on the outside, and He's Got Talent just rolls up right alongside. He's Got Talent coming to the 16th pole now, a length and a half in front. Saucy Don back to second, then comes Evolution, but He's Got Talent got the setup and gets the win. He's Got Talent by 3 in the end. Saucy Don was second, third went to Evolution, fourth, Tell Me a Story. The gate. And the race is on. Faithful Sue showing good early speed. In between horses, Proud Legacy was out in good order. And also right there, Gialia Joe. But it is Proud Legacy to take the point as they head by the wire for the first time. Gialia Joe up from the far outside. Beach Girl and Anonymous both moving in tandem. In fact, they're coming all the way up after this early leader. Down toward the inside, Silent Sophia was out in the 5th position. It's another length then back to Faithful Sue, made her way over toward the inside. Draft is up outside of that runner. Then comes the gray, Just Sassy. Another half a length, then back to Hot Toddy, who has 3 beat at this point. Those are SS Illuminati. Phenomenal Gem, the favorite, is back second last, and at the back of affairs is Night Storm. So they're covered by about 16 lengths with 5 furlongs left in their journey, and up on the front end, it's Beach Girl who now makes the pace. Beach Girl in front by half a length to Proud Legacy, who stalks from second. They're a length and a half clear then to Silent Sophia, who's in the 3rd spot. Anonymous in the green colors is 4th, 3.5 off the lead. Then we come back to Faithful Sue, who continues to make some ground down toward the inside. Draft is in front of Gialia Joe, who's now back in the 8th spot. Just Sassy. Phenomenal Gem still about 10 lengths off the lead. As they head into that far turn, and up on the front end, Beach Girl confronted up on the outside. Beach Girl and Proud Legacy, these two go into the far turn. They're a length and a half in front of Silent Sophia, who's into the 3rd spot. Trying to wind up Anonymous in the green colors is 4th. Then comes Faithful Sue, SS Illuminati trying to run on from the back. They turn for the money, though, and up front, Beach Girl and Proud Legacy. These two been going at it for a while. Silent Sophia comes down the center of the course, trying to head down toward the inside as Faithful Sue. Just Sassy the Gray continues to run on. Final 16th of a mile, and getting through was Faithful Sue down toward the inside. Silent Sophia on the outside. Just Sassy joining them. A wild finish. It's going to be Faithful Sue. Here's Just Sassy on the outside. Photo finish, a thrilling finale as Just Sassy and Faithful Sue. A photograph will decide the winner.
Well, that's it. 40 up, 40 down. We are dark on this circuit, believe it or not, until Saturday, December 1st. A new month, a new track. Back on over to the big time at Gulfstream Park for the start of the championship meet. That opening day card, the Claiming Crown, will be drawn Wednesday afternoon. Definitely check it out. We'll see you over there in Hallandale Beach. Good night, everybody.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.